Allegedly.
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 So
now we're
we
live.
we
all
were
the way.
just talking about kits, the season's kits, and buying which ones we should get, right? And
Yeah.
you brought up a good point about our current, backdrop, our setting for tonight is the away kit, which we haven't donned very much. And I noticed for the Brighton match, especially since we were away, we weren't wearing these per usual and citizen fan, current fan behavior. We had to gripe about it.
Of
Of course. Why aren't we wearing the away kits? Have you seen the front of Brighton's kits?
There
They're
might be
white
stripes.
and stripes. I'm thinking the Premier League said we're not doing two teams with stripes, so you can't wear that one.
Yeah.
That might be the reason why we didn't wear that one. And
Probably.
in other away matches we had to wear either blue or the maroon because of color clashing in similar situations where it was a black and red home kit that was striped.
What?
So maybe again, fandom, let's not just jump immediately into griping and maybe use our noggins a little bit and figure out why we might have not worn the away kit, which we all love because it's iconic.
What? People literally bitch about anything. Literally. It's ridiculous. We've got just a bunch of city news shit and whatever tonight. Welcome to the Snobby Boys. All right, everybody, welcome to the Snobby Wood Podcast. I'm your host, Colby. That's my homeboy Joe over there. Yeah, we're on international break again. Fuck.
What happened now? Or is it the international break that you're
It's the fact that we're on fucking the third international break
in 3
before
months?
fucking Christmas,
Yeah,
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't. How much more of this shit do we have to put up with? Like, why can't they just fucking figure it the fuck out? It's really just not that hard. And listen, if any one of these people was a manager at a McDonald's, they'd be fired by now. I'm just saying.
Big facts.
Yeah,
You know,
like
who jumped off into these waters today, knowing how much most folks don't want to have this many of them? England's captain, Mr. Harry Kane, went out there and put a quote out saying that playing for England is the biggest honor you could possibly have. It's country over club, and kind of threw some shade almost at because this was after being asked about all the players from England who have withdrawn from this window, and it seemed like Harry was not happy with all those players who all have injuries and were withdrawing for rightful, justified reasons, and he was kind of throwing an indirect passive-aggressive shot at those people who were prioritizing their health for their club over this international break. So my thoughts exactly when I saw that got sent to me. Somebody said it to me, and I was like, really, Harry? You're going to do that to a bunch of your countrymen who are all battling injuries and playing through all kinds of shit in a crazy schedule over here? You know what it's like over here during this time. You played here forever. It might not be as hectic schedule-wise over in Germany.
Somebody's going to rue his day in the Bundesliga. I foresee that happening right now. Wish I had my little crystal ball from Halloween because I'd be fucking rubbing that shit.
So it's like, dude, come on, man.
Right. Before we get too far, though, make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bells, and all that good shit. We got a couple of extra follows last episode. Thank you to whoever those are. Appreciate that. We'd like to see some more. I have questions already, though. I have questions because Mr. George Aldapa is up in the motherfucking snobby studio tonight, and the last part is I'm perplexed on, because as far as I know, he rocks a different color blue.
That shade of blue, though, has gained a whole lot of respect from me after the news that broke today.
Sure, but I'm just. Did we flip, George? Have we made the flip and we've not told anybody? Is this your coming out party?
Are you joining the sky blue side, George?
We got to know. Did you flip sides? Uh oh.
The eyes say it all. I know. I speak emoji, my guy. So
we may have a party flipper in here tonight. What's up? What's up, Stu? What's up, Nick? Stu was in the private chat earlier talking about Ron Jeremy, and
classic.
I have a response to that. It will come after we're done. In the kick drum, come.
I knew you were gonna get it. I had to stay tuned. I love it. This is why we're boys.
That's a classic fucking movie. Classic. Yes. All right, Joe, what are we talking about tonight? Because, I mean, no football to talk about, right? So
no matches to review or recap or preview, so none of that. No. So tonight, we're just surprisingly, I wasn't expecting to even have this much. There's not a lot to talk about tonight, but we actually had a decent amount of news pop on Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to run through the city and community news and touch on those things that popped with injuries, with the women's team. They played yesterday. Some news around the 115 case popped up. So, and then Ruben Diaz had some quotes coming out too that I wanted to share with everybody because it gave me some goosebumps listening to him talk. Very Vinny-esque vibes from him. And then we'll wrap up with some bro talk and some comment engagement with y'all. So full
comment.
Yeah.
If we want to get back on that bullshit again this episode, we can go. Where's Stephen Black? Where's he at?
Nick, don't like this for Pete so much. Well, my guy, guess what?
We got 4.
Nobody's done that. And right now,
never yet.
We're in the kind of the lull. We're at the bottom of the roller coaster right now, but pretty soon we're going to start climbing up that next big hill, and we're going to roll down that bad boy, and we're going to be screaming and yelling soon again. So the international window, which we do not like,
nobody does,
kind of came at a good time for a lot of our players, because originally when we last spoke, lots of our players were going out. However, come Monday, we got some news from across the board of 5 of our players had decided to withdraw from international duty. 2 from England, Jack and Phil, both decided that they were going to withdraw their name, come back home, and recover and rest their legs from lack of fitness because they've been playing so much. And then Jack being injured with City, only training 20 minutes. He had no business accepting the invite to begin with, to be honest. You barely trained with your club. You're not fit for the country. Sorry. Just don't even need to do that.
Some people will make the argument that he should have gone to get some minutes, but like,
pass.
It's no. No.
Recover.
I'm going to go. Why? Yeah.
Train spend more time with your baby.
Right. The people who actually pay you.
Yes. So in England, it was Jack and Phil coming back. Over in Portugal, Mateus Nunes has come back for lack of match fitness, I guess. I'm assuming that was their way of saying he's played a lot of matches at this point, and needed a break. So I'm assuming the club was able to reach out to the countries that these guys are a part of and talk some common sense into them. Also coming back was from Switzerland was Manu Akanji. Looks like he's going to be fine, but
Spice.
he will he's coming back and not going out on duty. And then last but not least, our boy Jeremy Doku was just rounding back into match fitness, but according to Sam Lee over at the Athletic, he now has a thigh injury after previously recovering from a different injury. So he's picked up a different knock and it will not be participating for Belgium in this window. So he'll be back too. So the list went from pretty big to much smaller because 5 of our guys came back, which I'm very happy to see. I wish a few more of them would have made the same decision, to be honest. So
I think we'll see a few more come back here in the next
early.
week.
Maybe they do the first game and then come back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That would be good. I like that.
I you know what I like right now? This is completely off topic, that we're actually proportional in size on the screen right now.
Little OCD kicking in.
Oh my god, dude.
Yes. Love it.
ADHD. La, 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 la.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh my god. Sorry, we're not even 50 minutes in and I'm already on the fucking bullshit. Let's go.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. On international break, it's supposed to be like this. There's not a lot to talk about, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. So Ryan, I'm going to throw this comment out. I wanted to say
touch
something.
On that too.
Yeah. So here's something that I want to. And this is really the comment section. Before we go into this specific part, the comment section. People arguing about Jack being there and not being there. Like, reports were there that, like, I find it funny people argue over shit when they're late to the game. That's what it's coming down to, I feel like, at this point. People are coming late or, like, not seeing the news quite as quickly as everybody else because their algorithm, whatever. Like, dude, the argument is so... The argument to argue just to argue is so fucking dumb. But then, yes, this... Did you see the turmoil? Yeah,
air quotes turmoil in locker room.
Oh no, I'm right behind this shit happens in sports, man. Just happens. People have egos. Like, people, it's so funny. The people who are like even making this a thing are the ones that are like probably betas and don't have a competitive bone in their body to understand that. When there is competition, emotions run high. It doesn't matter if it's the 23 of you in the locker room or the 22 of you out on the pitch. It's all the same. You're competing for positions and shit is constantly going on. You're always competing with each other, whether it's a friendly competition or it's an actual competition. You know what I mean? The ridiculousness of the chatter that goes into these, exactly. Just for argument's sake, thank you for being a word police, if you will.
I'll
say it how people, like. Thank you.
The people.
Okay.
he was getting there.
I'm sorry. Dude, the word police thing is like that. That's another thing we can touch on later. But like that shit is ridiculous.
The folks who are generating this turmoil story are the folks who have never played a team sport in their life or have ever been in a locker room before outside of the media open time where the media gets to come in. You've never been a part of a team before and it shows because you're saying, there's turmoil. Like Ryan said, they've just lost a bunch. Nobody's going to be real happy and they're going to be irritated. Guess what? That's par for the course. And like you said, when at any level, whether you're 12 up until pros, in practice, you want to build that competitive atmosphere where people are going at it and want to win the drills because that's going to build into game time. You want that. So of course there's going to be times where the people are bumping heads. That's fucking life. You're not always going to get along with people, even people that you really enjoy and love. you're still going to bump heads sometimes. You're going to be arguing. Or maybe these people haven't been a part of a family in a long time and they're just like single folks who are just by themselves. Because guess what? In families, that shit happens too. And it's not the end of the world. It's not a sign of the downfall of Manchester City. It's not the sign. It's nothing like that.
Right before Thanksgiving too. Like the family part.
Right?
There's about to be a lot of dysfunctional families.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming up, bro.
And guess what? They're going to do it again in a month at Christmas, right after that. So, but your family and you fight sometimes. That shit happens, man. Like this is not new.
I actually have a story that fits the rhetoric a little bit though. Middle school basketball. I was the starting small forward. The guy who was our point guard. We were playing against a county rival. We were getting beat at halftime. He wanted to decide to make it about me and me not doing my job. Motherfucker wasn't doing his. Wasn't doing his job, and he wanted a scapegoat. And everybody already knew he didn't like me from Jump Street, right? But we played together. We were civil to each other. He tried fucking going off on me in the fucking locker room once, and I was like, not having it. I went up and tried to buy his jersey, and I shoved him up against the locker room.
Did you?
And my coach comes in, dude. I threw him up against the fucking locker, and the whole gym heard this. They had to have heard this. They had to have heard him bang up against the lockers. My coach comes running in, and he goes, "Put him down." And I was like, "Okay, coach." Sat down, and he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I was like, "Tell your boy to get his head out of his ass." And that's how that went. And then after that,
squashed,
we
right?
Cool. We were cool. I ain't had a problem with the motherfucker since. I mean, we're talking about fucking middle school, and this is almost 25 years ago. But nonetheless, the shit happens in the locker rooms, man.
Yeah.
That's not the first instance I've been a part of and or seen in a locker room in my lifetime. So I can only imagine at the professional level what type of conversations or types of phrasing is thrown around that locker room to the point where it could be misconstrued as this or that or the other. Dude, who gives a shit? First of all, not our fucking problem. I'll just throw that out there. Not our fucking problem. Second of all, if our boys are bashing heads in the fucking locker room, great. Great, because that means they won it.
Mm-hmm. And Stu brought up another good point. Bigger story for the media. If it was the other way around, if players are laughing and having fun in the locker room after a losing streak, they're going to twist it and say they should be taking it more serious. So either way, in this situation, the media is going to turn it around and try to create a
especially because it's
story. Us. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's us.
So either way, no win.
I feel good being pretentious about that at this point. I'm okay being pretentious about that because that's really just what the fuck it is. We start calling a spade a spade. We are. They will continue to pick on us, and they will continue to call us out for anything that they possibly can because we're at the top and they are not. Keep letting them. We've seen how we've seen how the media goes, man. Especially through this this last election. I mean, it's a bunch of malarkey. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of malarkey.
That's a great use of that word. I love malarkey. That word is phenomenal. So great choice.
Bringing back the 1910s, 1920s verbiage.
There we go.
Stop using. Club World Cup 2025 draw to take place on December the 5th.
So less than a month out, we'll know where City will be playing. Well, maybe not the schedule, but at least we'll know who we're playing.
Right. I don't know when they're going to start making schedule releases. I would think with it being like literally in the snap of a fingers, we should start knowing something by end of January, early February, because people are going to need to buy tickets. This is going to be a massive event for the United States.
Yep.
To make it that much bigger, you gotta start a little bit further out. I feel like
exactly. You got to give, especially since there's people and clubs coming from literally across
all over the world. Yeah.
they're going to want to make their travel plans early.
Exactly. If they haven't already made their travel plans just to get over here, right,
during the time,
they still need to know where they need to go. I mean, New York is a good start point,
right?
But there's several cities across the East Coast that you're going to want to go to, in between Miami and I
think Boston's in there too.
Yeah, so between Miami and Boston, I mean that's at least 10, 13 cities right there.
Yeah. And big news for some of our boys across the pond, because we know Martin and Tone have told us specifically they'll be looking to come across the pond in the summertime. So this is first step in finding out who we're going to play, and then hopefully shortly after that, knowing where city will be playing, so we can start the planning process for the summertime.
Yes. Have we gotten a group chat going yet? Is that happening?
We need to do that. I think we took that as an action item from that call or that show when Martin was on with us, and we said we would start looking to do that. So that we'll take that as a task for the Snoppy Boys to get a chat going between the group.
We'll be getting in. We'll talk a little. We'll define that a little bit more during Bro Talk. I think that's a good thing we can talk on, being that our schedules will be looking a little bit more open over the next couple of months.
Facts. after next weekend, we will be a little bit lighter on the dad responsibilities. So that's good. So we'll look forward to that in early December. Big news then. Very excited to see what clubs we're going to be matched up with and the other matchups, because it's going to be a fun time. Our guy Ruben Diaz,
Rubes.
He was making the rounds in the Manchester nightlife scene last couple of days. I think he was at the MTV,
he was at the EMAs, the European Music Awards.
Yeah, there you go.
And looking, what?
Dude, his fits were.
People were dogging him on it too, and I was like, "Bro,
dude, you don't know.
You're probably wearing shit from 1992. Shut up."
Got him.
Got him.
So because he was making a lot of public appearances, obviously that means people are going to start shoving microphones in your face. And Ruben gave us some really good quotes. What matters, this is from Ruben, what matters is how you bounce back, and that's why Man City has won so much. In moments of difficulty, characters come up and we stay together. We don't find people to kill, we find people to bring into the cause and fight together. It's our legacy at stake. Though we've won so much, it's very easy to relax and just accept it. Accept the fact we've done enough, but you've only done enough when you're finished, and we're all very aware of it, and we all want to keep pushing. To those writing Manchester City Football Club off already, please doubt us.
These are familiar words out of Mr. Ruben Diaz's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the first time that he has been outward about telling people to keep doubting us because we'll prove you wrong. I love it. That's a captain right there. That's a captain.
That's the dude we've been missing on the pitch and the last few matches. His leadership in the back line is unparalleled. There's a reason why when he joined the club, we have yet to lose a Premier League title, because of his leadership, his stellar play from in the back, and then just having him come out and vocalize things like this. It's so refreshing to hear him say things like that, and knowing the guys in the locker room respect him so much. Oh, I love it. It brings back Vincent Kompany memories for me, and it's beautiful.
I can see that comparison a little bit.
Solid. Rubes. Keep telling them, man.
Right.
On the injury update side for our center backs, because we were a little light there in that last match against Brighton. To the point where Yashko, who's been playing left back for the past year and a half, and JSP, excuse me, we're going JSP so we don't get off the track again. JSP was the ones starting at center back. We've had that conversation, Nick, on past shows before, where we've talked about because we understand the players pick in our club, the players pick, and we'll respect the players' choices. But if we had a vote, who would you pick? And Ruben was always near top of the list, if not one or two for both of us. So
yeah,
so we definitely agree with that. But Ruben, Johnny Stones, and Manu Akanji's injury situation looks like it's turning the corner and it's not too serious at this point. So they should be back sooner rather than later, hopefully after this break. The one that has picked up a little bit more of another knock is Nathan Ake. Unfortunately, he has picked up another hammy injury and is going to be out a little bit longer than those three. But Johnny, Rubes, and Manu should be back and ready to go fairly soon. So that's great. Stinks that Ake is going through one of these stretches where can't get right with injuries. All players go through these stretches at some point. Most of them anyway do, unless you're LeBron James and are Android.
Dude,
and
he
never
drinks
get
goat's
injured.
blood or some shit.
That dude's never been injured seriously in a very long.
He hasn't in a long time. I remember the times that he has, but he's hardly ever. So probably because he made a deal with the devil. I'm just
gotta be.
Has to be.
So Nathan's going through one of those stretches, unfortunately. So give him time to rest. But we got 3 more of our starting CBs coming back, and JSP did a good job. Oh my god.
I love you, Stu. I wanted to say it, but he didn't say it. But you said it, so there it is.
We've uncovered the reasoning behind
we all knew. We all knew.
Extraordinary health record. It's the Diddy parties.
It's all that baby oil.
It's the baby oil, baby.
It's the baby Johnson & Johnson, man.
So, good news there. And again, with all these guys coming back from international break, from duty, not on break, and spending more time recovering, resting, hopefully on the other side of these 2 weeks, this next week and a half, 2 weeks we have, we'll see some better health overall from the club. Kind of in the same topic there, our Ballon d'Or winner, Rodri, was also getting quoted too, and seems like he feels like he might be ready to go come summertime, if not earlier, since he was trying to get himself ready to go. Like, Rodri, I love the mentality, bro, but
little ambitious.
Take your time, my guy. Like, I'm sure it's what we talked about before. It's the competitiveness inside of him. That dude is a competitor. He sees that his team, who he feels is like ownership over, because he's one of the leaders in the locker room and on the pitch, is going through a tough time, and he's like, I want to get back out there, but not until you are fully ready to go, my guy. Even if it's not for the Club World Cup, that's okay too, man. We need you ready for the beginning of next season. Would it be cool to win the World Cup, Club World Cup in the first iteration like this? Sure. But the ultimate goal is Premier League, Champions League. So that's when we need you. But I love his enthusiasm about the club and about wanting to get back.
I think there's a lot of people, though, that are reading into the I'm not worried about my contract part. This read between the lines thing, you're overshooting it. You're overshooting it a lot. Chill out. It'll get done. He's not going anywhere. He said he's happy here. No. And this is the same. This is the same story, just spun around in a different name as Bernardo Silva. Everyone's like, "Oh, Bernardo's leaving." Dude, he hasn't left. He has not left. In the 3, 4, 5 seasons, they're like, "Oh, he's going to move on."
He hasn't yet.
Still here.
And in that conversation, Rodri had,
loving City.
he mentioned, like, when he first joined up, it was supposed to be Pep's last year, like 5 seasons ago, and Pep is still there. So it's like, don't read too much into any of that shit. He's not going nowhere. Speaking of Liverpool. Shocker across all shockers here. Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, otherwise known as the Red Cartel, and a wannabe Red Cartel in Tottenham, who wants to be a part of that club, have all lodged legal notices reserving the right to seek compensation if City is found guilty of serious, this is the important part here, serious charges in the 115 case. So no surprise there that the crybabies are looking to reap benefits if we are in fact found guilty. Again, key here, serious charges. If it's little minor things, little piddly things that aren't a big deal, you get nothing. Let's make that clear. So they can all screw off, because if we were guilty of anything at this point, I think everybody knows they would have leaked that shit as soon as humanly possible. So that's, to me, really good sign, because the trial is wrapping up in like a week. I think next week is when it's all done. However, Georgie, if you're still in here and listening, your former club, and I'm going to say it like that, former club, Chelsea, got a lot of respect from me and hopefully other City fans by not joining that crew and lodging that same legal notice. They are not looking for any compensation, which is pretty much saying that they are backing City, which they did in the previous lawsuit that we had against Premier League. They were very clearly drawing a line in the sand that they are supporting Manchester City's claim here and in the 115. So for me, we have other Chelsea supporters that we talk to on a regular basis. Y'all will not hear much negativity, if any, from me about y'all's club, because y'all have made it very clear where y'all stand at this point, and that's backing our side too. So kudos to Chelsea for not being douchebags like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham and the Rags.
That.
No.
I mean, you left nothing to say.
I ate and left no crumbs, as the children's say.
Well, I'm hungry.
That's what they call a sack lunch. Num, 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 num.
Crab cakes and football. That's only half of what Maryland does.
Right? But for that, bro, when that movie came out and that line got spouted out, living in this area, you could not walk down the street more than like 10 feet without somebody screaming that at each other. That was a badge of honor for a long time for the Maryland.
And then we've got Ravens fans out here punching people in the face and then getting canceled hard.
And
rightfully
getting fired.
so.
Dude,
and
yeah, what a dumbass.
So. What an idiot.
That guy was
an idiot.
Dumb.
It was very clear that guy could literally beat the fucking shit, probably out of anybody around him, to be fair. Why you needed to show that? Like, yeah, not canceled, jailed, right. Right. Why you even needed to do that? Like, I'm sorry, dude. That is and I'll say this here. I'm sure it'll make my buddy Matt proud. We had a Ravens divisional game in Pittsburgh and got shithoused, of course. And we're under 79 in downtown Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. There's a parking lot right underneath of it, and it just happened to be raining, so we got underneath. So we were dry the whole time, getting plastered. He has a video of me going, "Baltimore is the taint of America." And I stand by that statement today.
I don't think you can argue with that statement at all.
I mean, from a like purely physical looking standpoint, it kind of does. Under the sack,
the Chesapeake Bay is funneling right into that space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It is.
I love it.
I don't argue. Being an O's fan and being a fucking Ratbirds fan, two different things. Two entirely different things.
Mm-hmm.
O's fans actually have a bit of class.
That we do.
They actually have a bit of class. I've been to many, many O's games. I've actually been to more O's games than I've been to Buccos games. And I will say that I have had some of my best times at Camden Yards.
Absolutely gorgeous as far as stadium. Oh yeah, great food, atmosphere when they're doing well. Back about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 5 years ago, technically, probably, when they were losing all them damn games. A little dead in there, but the food always top class. The people who work there, mint.
They keep Eutaw Street reputable.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. Facts. But I will say the best looking stadium in baseball.
Dude, I've been to Pittsburgh 3 times now. Gorgeous stadium y'all have there, and the view.
Bar none the best.
It's amazing.
You have that whole skyline of the Allegheny side of Pittsburgh.
Magic,
dude. It is, and especially because they do fireworks every fucking night.
Love it.
It is. All right, we're get off the American
non-city related. Last thing here for you,
right.
Ravens fans in their late 30s are literally people who jump ship from a different team.
I mean,
what's the Colts? Yes. And then they had to go find somebody else for a little while.
I think he was talking about Redskins fans. Yeah, I think he was talking about Redskins fans. And not only that. It doesn't matter what color you paint shit, it's still shit. You can paint it purple, blue, black, or whatever. I don't care. They're still the Cleveland Browns. They're still the Cleveland Browns. And that's where we'll leave that.
Big facts. Last bit of city news I think that we have here is on the women's side. They had their 3rd Champions League match yesterday. Another clean sheet, another win, 2-0 win for them in the Champions League's verse. Every time I've read this name,
Hammarby,
I want to say Harambe.
Hammarby
every single time.
Harambe.
Every time I saw that, I was like,
dude,
I am. City ladies again, another win. They are undefeated. They only have 1 draw on their record. I think that was the Arsenal match at the beginning of the season. In this match, Laura Blinkild Brown and Alba Fugino got on the score sheet for us. Both of them very well worked team goal. Crosses into the box, finishing. Love it. Big match this weekend for the ladies. We don't have the boys to talk about or to watch, but this weekend on Saturday, 1 versus 2 in the Women's Super League. City versus Chelsea. Chelsea has 1 less match played, so City need to get a result here to remain in first place. This will be played at Stamford Bridge, so this is going to be played at the big house in London.
At the bridge.
So that should be a lot of fun to watch.
The Chicago thing came from. I'm sorry.
I don't know. That's okay. So it's going to be a very important match in the Women's Super League. These 2 teams will be battling out for first place in all season long. So an early-ish season match between those 2 will be fun to watch. I will not be able to watch live because my older daughter, is in a tournament this weekend.
It's tournament weekend. It's tournament weekend for everybody.
Yep. So on this side of the pond, youth soccer tournament season is in full swing. So that's where we will be spending our weekend this weekend.
Yep.
I believe doing that. So big up to the ladies. Hopefully they are able to get a result. A win would be awesome. Take a draw away against Chelsea at the bridge would be just fine in my book. So that's about all we got city news wise tonight.
Yeah. So we're gonna come back and we'll bro talk, and we're obviously going to talk about the kids their last week. We also will be announcing a few things while we're sitting here and we don't have fucking shit to talk about. And we'll also be interacting with the comments. We see there are 15 people here. Love to see 15 blue hearts in the comments section when we get back. Throw up the I'm gonna throw up the old video. Done doing the promo. Ain't a single one of you. Not a single one. Your mic is fucked up again.
I know.
And we'll be back. Wrong one. Oh yeah, god damn it! I gotta fix that still. Are you there? Are you here?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, good.
Okay. Touch the damn cord, even the slightest, and it wiggles, and that shit just. Thanks for the blue heart, Stu. Appreciate
yeah, Stu did his job. Everybody else do just do it. There you go. There it is. We're gonna put that one gets a gold star.
Lord have mercy.
Oh,
we had a lot of fun with the Pussy talk last week or last show.
You really would have. You missed out on that whole thing, dude. Steve Black was killing it.
He was on one on Sunday night.
Dude, he was killing it.
On a heater.
He really was. Miss that guy tonight. He would have. Him and Stu would not.
Oh my god.
It would be a shit house in the comments. After this weekend, one more week of tournaments for us, which then leads us into our free time. So our free time coming up, we would like to take some guests on. If you would like to, if you're seeing this now, live or later, if you're a podcaster or somebody who wants to talk city, get in touch with us. We would love to talk. I'm not having
Captain and Cokes do something.
Always on the Captain and Cokes. You should change to like a real man's liquor, like whiskey, and not that sugar shit. I just burned a bridge.
Yummy though.
I just
so good. But
Kevin McAllister.
Which Kevin?
Right? Kevin McAllister?
Kevin!
I'm really excited to fucking watch this. This movie's coming soon.
Yes. Start right now if you wanted to, my guy.
No, I'm not an November 1st like you dickhead. This motherfucker has...
We haven't started the movies yet, so...
You have blow-ups in your house!
No, outside my house. There's a
that's not what your sister said.
She lives in Massachusetts. She has no idea what's going on inside my house right now.
Maybe you told her that you had stuff blown up and she was just relaying the message.
No.
Oh, shit. You got their contact? Dude, a lot of stuff happens over the weeks, man. If that was a low-key joke. I've already come to the conclusion I can drink whiskey, being all Pittsburgh fan. Whatever. I still find a way to not let me live. Yep, you're right. You're right. Let me talk. Oh, yes. Okay. Now that formulates. I'm sorry. Me and Penn Griffey Jr. went to bat before the show, so
I like the way you worded that. But yeah, December, January, and February, the next 3 months coming up here, we have a lot more flexibility on our time when we can go live, when we can to accommodate some of our homies over across the pond. We'd love to
that big part
guys again and get back into some shows with you guys. So be on the lookout. Reach out to us, or we'll be reaching out to you because we've already spoken to a couple of you already about potentially getting back on that. So wintertime definitely be perfect time for us to reconnect with our lads across the pond on some shows. And if you're someone who's always in here, and want to jump in with us, just let us know. Hit us up. We'd love to have some, because there's a lot of football to talk over that time slot. There's going to be a lot of things to discuss. Happy to have some folks join us on camera and talk instead of through the comments. So hit us up.
Yeah, like it can just be banter. It doesn't have to be strictly city. If you haven't noticed, it might be decorated like that, but it's more than that, man, because it's life. Y'all are our boys.
Absolutely.
Y'all are our boys. You guys are sitting in the comments and you're talking with us. That's fantastic. That's what we want. We just want to have a big group of friends that sits here and talks bullshit, has a good time. Doesn't have to. And we'll get through the city shit in the beginning. We like to have fun though at the end.
But notice we've set aside time every episode to just to talk life, talk what's going on with our kids, whatever's going on with y'all.
Sorry,
random shit. So
yeah,
this is our time. So even if you just and it doesn't have to be the whole show. If you just want to pop in from time for like a segment,
15 minutes,
that's fine too.
Half an hour.
We're flexible with that.
You scared to be on
camera?
Love
to have you.
Don't be.
Yeah.
Do what I do. I just put my glasses
Put the shades on.
Right? I'm like Frankenstein from Big Daddy. You can't really see me.
little hands, put the big thing.
It's my comfort zone.
Do you even like that name, Julian? What do you want to be called?
Frankenstein. Dude, all right, hold on. A little tangent here. Blew my fucking mind. Was watching, because I watched the whole Sabrina or the Chilling Tales of Sabrina on Netflix. I realized that it tied, because it was an Archie comic. I realized that it tied into Riverdale. Right? Okay. The one main character in Riverdale is Frankenstein.
Are you serious?
I swear on everything, dude. You need to look it up. And honestly, it gave me a whole new appreciation for the show. I was like, now I want to watch it. Now I really want to watch it because I know it's him.
Oh yeah, the Puma and Nike. Yes, we both got the brand going. I got home from my youngest training, where it is low 40s tonight. Yeah. So it was crisp out there. So
He's probably thinking these motherfuckers.
I got Under Armour here, the cold gear here. I got a Carolina shirt on for my Tar Heels. And I got my City Puma, and then I'm straight from trading pitch into the chair. So
he's brand crossing.
I am pretty heavily.
He's brand crossing.
I got my J's. I got Nike sweats on though. It's just the Puma top that's throwing it. But there's no Puma logo on here though, right?
I'm not gonna lie to anybody. It's probably gonna it would probably piss somebody off that I said this out loud, and I really don't care. I have worn Puma and Adidas together and not given a single fucking shit.
I used to care about that shit when I was in like college and early 20s. Zero fucks given now.
I literally don't care. I'm comfy. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
If you're that bothered by it, you have nothing going on for
yourself. Some people really get upset about it, and I don't have time for that.
I understand the rivalry enough that I don't care. Like, I get it. They were brothers. Yeah. They were brothers in Germany. One wanted to do one brand, the other one do the other one. Like, I get it. But my loyalty, for the most part, for somebody who's really bought into the team, I have switched a lot of my stuff over to Puma. I have, the only thing that I have that's Adidas is last year's, a year before's full suit, and my Predators. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Much other than that, I wear Puma shoes, which are in a lot of cases not comfortable at all, especially for big wide feet like mine.
I say they're notoriously narrow shoes, so
Yeah.
I got big wide 13s, so those don't look great on my feet.
Every time we come home from being at one of Aiden's games, man, I first thing I do is I like kick my shoes off as far as I can because they hurt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done as much as I can, is trying to like loosen them up, stretch them out at the tongue and stuff like that. No,
not helping.
No, well, it's because the soles are like they're narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Then your foot, especially us flat-footed peoples, it literally it's like muffin top of the foot.
But that's a visual that you shouldn't need an image of. You should be able to visualize that perfectly in your head, which is just why.
You've seen it, and you've seen it.
Yep,
I've seen these really big people wearing really narrow shoes, like really big people wearing these narrow shoes, and it's really doing it. And I'm like, bro, physics is not on your side right now.
No.
That's like that's like a girl wearing heels. You're gonna make one misstep and you're falling, and everybody's laughing.
You're done. Big time. And people do not care about that shit. And nowadays you're gonna get recorded and you're gonna get it sent around all over the place, and everybody's it's not just the people who are immediately around you that get to laugh at you. Then you're gonna have fucking people all over the goddamn world laughing at you because it's on the internet and forever.
I mean, give and take.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Give and take, right? Maybe you get popular from it, right? And then like you have like this secret awesome skill that you could show the world, and then boom, you're fucking. That rarely ever happens.
It does not. It sounds great because they're like, "Ooh, I went viral," but like, if you go viral once, unless
you keep doing it over and over and over. Or everybody just keeps replaying your shit and like what do they call that? Stitching it.
Right.
We're
like
so
the hawk
cool.
to a girl.
She fell off. Where'd she go? I haven't seen her on any reels lately.
She just yes, Nick.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that. It's actually scrolling down here right now as he said that.
Yes. He's a damn legend for that shit.
Yeah. So you did watch the video then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The fact that he called Liverpool a bunch of cunts.
That was okay in my book, bro.
That was enough for me. I think for a lot of us, because there is just that natural disdain towards Liverpool, we of course want to see the worst being said, but all the same, like you try. There are some of us out there that you try to have a bit of respect for the other side and think, they're probably actually a really good person, and look at what they've done, blah blah blah. The fact that this guy outright, who's supposed to be neutral, non-biased, outwardly says that dude's a cunt. That says a lot. And the fact that he's basically losing his job for being honest.
All you know about the referee people, man.
Yeah, and also kind of, controlling things like freedom of speech. Like, he should be able to say that if he wants to in his off time and not be fucking whoever took that video and put it out there was trying to get him fucked.
Mm-hmm. I guarantee you every referee has said something similar about a manager. On a weekly basis.
Yep.
He getting in trouble because of two things, in my opinion. One, some doucher released a video. He allowed himself to get videotaped while doing it. Second, I think J.O., John Owen, and I were talking, and the fact that he threw in a nationality into it when he called Klopp a German something or whatever, that probably contributed to it pretty heavily. So
yeah, I get it. I don't get the passed down generation of hate towards Germans because they are like a far stretch from where they were in 1942.
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
they're quite the opposite, if we're being honest. If you don't know what's going on over there, the fucking activists and shit are getting blown over by the fucking fire departments, which is hilarious to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't understand that disdain anymore. I really don't.
Well, there's a lot of people in Germany at the time that were not supporters of that party. So
there's that too. They were forced. They were literally forced to like the party or die.
Right. So some separation between that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can hate that the people who did all those terrible things, but not the whole damn country. Because it wasn't.
I certainly don't empathize with somebody who does that, but I'm not going to hate every German. That's ridiculous. I can't hate every Italian because of Mussolini. First of all, my family in part is Italian, so that would be a little counterproductive. But then, moreover, the fact that like not every Italian agreed with what was going on. There are so many things that could be, but we're gonna go into a rabbit hole, and I don't want to go into a rabbit hole. I don't want to do it. I want to do it.
Don't blame you.
Pew,
Shift gears. Pew pew.
See that up there? See the little thing I put up there?
He's above me.
He's above you. I was gonna put the Kappa thing up there, but then I thought, might get capped for that.
Right.
It was a nice try, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put Phil up there."
Gonna do that instead.
Right?
Thanks, Phil.
It's almost like a Michael Jordan logo.
Exactly.
Right. If you'd love to have that on a T-shirt, you can go to the store right there and check that out. We really do.
The link is in all of our bios too. If you are not a QR person and want to click something,
true it is.
Open up any of our socials. Our YouTube in the description is probably down there too.
It is.
Click that bad boy and open it up and go get you one.
Big facts. What else? Comments. Do you have anything for us? I mean, we're almost at an hour. We weren't planning on this being a long episode just because there's literally fucking shit going on. So if you have anything that you would like to throw out in the comments, do it now. Do it now.
Question or just a random topic we want to talk through, drop it. Otherwise, we'll... Got 3 matches this weekend. What do you got going on? You got 3, right?
Fucking starts on Friday night. Same for next week. All right.
By next week, do you mean next Wednesday or this Sunday?
I think he's a Wednesday regular.
He's a Wednesday guy, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
We're starting to differentiate who are our Sunday people and who are our Wednesday people. I'm liking that there's a contrast, but I honestly think that like if both sides were, oh my god, well they probably all know each other. Probably I mean, there's already a couple of people that like know each other just outside of the comments. I'm like, damn, that's cool. That's just now. Can you like tell your boys who might be up late over there? That'd be cool.
Right, we gotta get like the night owl crowd of the Brits.
That's what I'm saying, man. People who are working second shift, getting off there on lunch break or whatever. Do they even have that over there? I feel like the only countries that really do that kind of work is like America and China.
I was gonna say, yeah. I bet they don't. They gotta have some things at least.
That's a good ask. Like we don't know. What are is it normal? Do you have like? Do you work just regular hours, like 8 to 5 or whatever? Or is it gotta Yep, got to put the girls.
Did you copy and paste that from Ryan?
I think he did and switch it to
It's
girls.
just
No,
I love
that's
it.
fine. Do your thing, brah.
We understand the parent's life.
Yep, especially at that age.
Mm-hmm.
We're now fortunate enough to be past that age.
And mine do their showers and bedtime routine, all that stuff, all by themselves now. I don't have to holler at them.
I don't think boys quite get that until girls become a thing. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah. I don't. Honestly, I could have gave an actual shit about like dressing nice and doing all this stuff when I was a kid until I realized I liked a particular girl, and then I started dressing nicer.
Put a lot more effort.
They had just taught us about deodorant, right?
Yep.
And I my dad growing up, he loved colognes. That was his thing. He loved getting the nice, expensive colognes. And every once in a while, I get curious. I'd go down into his bathroom because he had a separate bathroom from everybody else down in the basement. And Pittsburgh's great because if you got a basement, there's always what's called a Pittsburgh toilet. It's just a random toilet downstairs, and usually, it's next to like the wash sink or whatever. But in this case, we actually had a fully finished basement. He got a little bathroom, right? So he always keep his little stuff down there. Well, it always starts with Brute, right? Always starts with Brute.
Classic, right there.
And then it moves up. Well, he had a few of them, and the one day I was trying to impress the girl that I grew up with. She was my Topanga. I really liked that girl, and I decided to wear Brute to school instead of the nice cologne, and I put a little too much on.
Went a little heavy.
Yeah, because I thought I couldn't smell it, right? And at that point, I had put so much on that it was just like I was just completely covered in it almost. And I got on the bus, and everybody was like, "Dude, bro, whoa, what happened? Did you fall into a vat of it? Like, are you good? Did you forget to take a shower?"
It was that much. Oh my god!
And it was on that day that I failed so hard.
I think every young lad, first time experiencing cologne, sprayed entirely too much on.
Oh yeah.
You don't realize you just need a little squirt and then just a little tap, and you only need a little bit. Little goes a long way with the cologne.
Yep.
It's not like Axe body spray where you can just go, you just cover everything.
Oh, people who do that upset me because I probably would have been that kid. You're getting
He wouldn't know. I didn't know him until we were in college, like past college. So he.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe he saw
I was a Ralph Lauren polo guy back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Little green bottle with a gold cap.
The cologne that spelled best on me growing up was Curve.
Okay.
The green bottle, which was the cheap cologne.
I think I went through a period too where I got the Usher cologne, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And then I also had I had the Tim McGraw one too at one point. These were purchases that I get in the summer, not summer, for Christmas, but that was my one. My mom would get me like a new cologne for Christmas.
Cool Water. Everybody had Cool Water at some point.
Yes. Yep.
Davidoff Cool Water. What was another popular one growing up? Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue was a good one that I had.
Usher, baby.
Usher. Yeah, he's on the Diddy list too.
Mm-hmm.
I recently I went through a time where I was like, man, I ain't buying fucking cologne. Fuck that shit. It's too expensive. Finally landed on a bottle that I actually like, and I got that Versace Eros.
Okay.
And Granted, it's a big bottle, but I only wear it on special occasions. And goddamn, I've never been looked at more in my life. It's weird.
This smell is definitely one of those that definitely turns the head of the ladies and sometimes dudes. That'd be like,
yeah. Well, they really want to ask some other questions.
Yes, they do.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, we're getting weird. We're getting weird.
Oh, snaps! I didn't see it.
Joe, send us home.
Send us home. That means we got to thank our subscribers, thank our new subscribers that you mentioned earlier, followers, those of you who have been with us and rocking with us from the very beginning. I think we hit our 70th episode together. Is that correct?
Today is the 70th episode together.
Crazy. So those of you who've been rocking with us from the very beginning, much love. Thank you. Please continue to show us that love back by sharing our content, sharing our pages, sharing.
I heard it's called Spunkstain.
Oh my God. Can't deal with y'all too.
You introduced us. Your fault.
It's really my fault. Truly it is. Really is my fault. So please make sure you're sharing. Help us out. Continue to grow. Every little bit helps. Doesn't take a lot of effort to hit that share button, hit the retweet, hit the like button, drop a little comment. Even a few of them goes a long way on our Instagram posts, on our X posts, all those kind of things. So share it out, drop stuff in on the old YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all those good things. We will be back Sunday evening. We'll see what kind of news we have to bring you over the next few days. And we'll have another shorter, probably hour-long or so episode where we're going to cover some news and bullshit around a little bit. We'll see what happens. Never know what's going to happen with this topic. So,
righty then.
Thank y'all tonight. Thank y'all. And we will see you guys on Sunday. And
we'll do that.